with a throw for the end zone. Touchdown, Parker. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires the end zone. Touchdown! That hard work.
What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We're back here for another one. We got a good one tonight. I'll be bringing on Jeremy Klump from PhinPhanatic in just a moment here. But first, I just got to do some housekeeping. Guys, it's official. We got about 7 of you in the room tonight. I know we're going to get up to about 250. So smash that like button right now. Subscribe if you are new here. But guys, the beef between the freaking Jesus, what are we at? 9 months. The beef between myself and TD Finstock has officially been squashed. We are going to be probably working together at some capacity in the future. So be on the lookout for that. And I just wanted to publicly apologize to Tony and his wife Hillary for the way things escalated. You know what I mean? Things were said on both sides from all parties involved. And I just want to personally apologize to them publicly in front of all you guys. Squash it. Leave them alone. You know what I mean? It's over. It's done with. We're still going to have takes we don't agree with, you know, and I'll still do my duty. Wrong is wrong. I'll call, you know, I'm not going to drag him or call him out or anything, but, you know, we'll have conversations about it. You know what I mean? Et cetera, et cetera. So it's all dead, baby. You know, TD Fins talk, Finside the NFL, we're good. And I'm going to tell you right now, once I get back there, it's going to feel nice because, you know, for an extended period of time, that was my home. You know what I mean? And I got to put it out there. EM Dolphin fan was the first to tell me to do my own thing. But Tony was back there encouraging me, saying, listen, you're good at this. You can do it. He even suggested a name for me, all that stuff. I never took that away from him. I never will. You know what I mean? And we just got to a place where, you know, things were said. You know, I know he hurt. He told me today, you know, I hurt him, you know, and I was hurt myself by how things transpired. But I loved and respect that man to the utmost. More, you know, him, EM, and Ball Game, you know, I held them to the, you know, and Dudley, I held those guys to the highest standard in this community. And I still got respect and love for TD. And that's why, you know, eventually we squashed it like grown men. And that's just is what it is. We're moving forward. It ain't nothing but love from here on out. Go support the homie if you can, you know. So I just want everyone to know this is where we're at right now, all right? And this is where we're going to stay because this community is stronger together. So unity, can't spell community without unity. Now, in other news, I will never, ever, ever mess with Great One DeVore as long as I am breathing. This is a different situation because he's hurled actual insults. And if you saw him online yesterday, he was saying stuff that was borderline homophobic. And I do not support that. And I will never support that. And he said things you just can't take back. And he said some stuff you probably can't even forgive. So, shout out to his homie, Banks of America, for actually trying. He started off a little rough there with the insults, but by the end of it, he started getting cordial, and, you know, he started leveling out. So, he had a way more progressive conversation than what Great One did with me. So, shout out to you, Banks of America. All right? Guys, Derek Huggins, $5 donation. Takes a big person to squash things. Good on you, bro. Thank you, Derek. Love you, man. Appreciate you because I know you've been one of the day ones out here. And things ain't changed, guys. If you got bad takes, you know, if you're saying absolute nonsense and misforming this fan base, I will check you on Twitter. All right? Things don't change, all right? That's it. So, all right, but let's move on from that. That's said and done. Again, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. If you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Finside. You can also do it through the super chat as Derek just did. If you want to become a Finside the NFL Patreon, guys, We just got another Patreon today. Got me off that Jakeem Grant 19 number. Thank you, Lord. I got my official 20th Patreon today. Man, I love y'all so fucking much. Even if you just smash the like button and share the content, I love you, man. Just even for showing up, let alone, if you want to donate and keep this thing rolling. Guys, when this is going to become my full-time job one day, I'm going to bring you boots on the ground coverage from training camp when everything's normal. I have press access thanks to the Brawl Network. I'll bring you stuff, from when I go to Dolphins games. Don't worry. But let's get into shouting out each and every one of these Patreons. Rhino Sith, Infinite Trauma, Fake Spike 94, KL Day, Big Time, Slim Pickens, Ramon Casillas, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, of course, the homie Conflict. Can't ever forget you, my dude. Keith Davis, your boy Trev, Josh, Tranquilize, Jazz 803, Martin, love you, homie. Joe B, what's up, brother? Zoe Vegas, Cap for Life, and our latest one, the Arkham Elf. Appreciate all of you guys for opening up your pocketbooks to support the channel, support the movement. Love you guys. Guys, patchvibes.com. Like I said, next week I will be dropping you a discount code. Till then, free patch fins for a free Miami Dolphins Silver 25th anniversary patch with any order you have. Of course, grab some of Inside the NFL merch. The Equalizer shirt is coming this week. All right. And I am getting the updated picture of the bus tickets out of Miami with me and EM. So that'll be coming soon too. All right. Now that all that's done, guys, let's get right into it. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to let him list off his resume because I know you guys love your validation for credibility. We got 132 in the room right now, and it's climbing, so let's keep it rolling. Guys, let's bring on Jeremy Klump from PhinPhanatic. Jeremy, how you doing, my friend?
Good. Thanks for having me on. You got me? We got this mic worked out now.
We got this mic working now, right now. Beautiful. It's perfect. So, Jeremy, before we get into things, okay, I know you played, at the collegiate level. Give them some information on that. And then, give them your background in terms of the scouting, the stuff you do with high schools, and how you get 300,000 views on your last article for PhinPhanatic. That's no small number. So plug your stuff, brother.
All right. So we'll start. Actually, one of my favorite things to say, a lot of people don't know this about me. I actually never played a down of college football, even though I played college football. I actually blew my knee out three times in a row. So I had 3 reconstructive knee surgeries, 2 surgeries after that. So I actually never got to play, which is the irony of the whole thing of like busting your butt and then not getting to play. But so after I decided that football wasn't for me anymore, because of my knee, it wasn't holding up and stuff, I got really into scouting and like football in that aspect. I really love the watching film, and I like when I even played football, I was a junkie with that. I would, for hours, even in high school, I would go through and just keep scouting my team that I'm playing, know what's going to go on and all that stuff. So I actually took a job at Cornell University in the player personnel department, where I like instantly fell in love with the whole aspect of recruiting and like the behind the scenes stuff. It was like an incredible time. I mean, I did the summer recruiting camps and stuff like that. I got to be around some great people. So I just like instantly fell in love with that aspect of it. I got connected with some NFL scouts, pick their brains all the time, learn from them. Some retired NFL scouts I've been around. I actually graduated from Ithaca College with my degree in sport media. So it kind of just connected that if I'm going to do sport media, I love the draft. I got really into just like breaking down film and stuff like that. And I got my first break. I took a job at actually FanSided, weirdly enough, but NFL Spin Zone. And I started doing the quarterback power rankings, and it actually started to like really, really catch on. People really respected my opinion. I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. I was on Sports Illustrated's front page every week with my quarterback power rankings. Fox Sports was running my articles. Bleacher Report was running my articles. And it just kind of turned into a real big passion of mine of just film breakdowns. I had a thing, I think it was called like In the Pocket back in the day, and I'd scout quarterbacks. Nice. And I just really started like loving quarterbacks and doing that. I was on Old Takes Exposed. I don't know if you guys know that Twitter account. My favorite. I'm a big fan of like admitting your wrongs in scouting, just because it really helps you like learn. But I did say Davis Webb was going to be the best quarterback in that draft. So That one was a good one. It was a Fox Sports headline by Jeremy Klump, and they were like, "So you still think this?" So that's always good too. But I've been featured everywhere. I'm like obsessed with scouting and just breaking down football. Like I think my biggest thing then, I just kind of got sick of the media world. It seems that a lot of people really were like watering down what I took a lot of pride in. Like I would spend hours breaking down a prospect. They'd watch a 3-minute highlight video of every touchdown and then tell me I'm the idiot.
Yeah,
because they know that he can score. And it got to me to the point where I was like, I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I was making money, having fun, but like it wasn't like passionate to me anymore. So I took some years off. I covered the Eagles 2 years ago. I covered the Eagles for a while, and Eagles fans, they just I don't know. Dolphins fans, I see you guys argue a lot. But you don't know what terrible fans are until you deal with Philadelphia fans. I hate Philadelphia fans with a passion. Every stereotype about them, 100% true. So I really got out of football again with covering it and scouting. And then finally I said to my wife, I think I'm going to get back into it. The PhinPhanatic came into play, and it just took off from there. And here I am today. I mean, I've been around. I've coached high school football. I forget we talked about this.
Yeah.
I've been instrumental with like game planning for some schools, watching film, helping game plan for other teams, things like that. I love that aspect of it.
And you interviewed for an NFL scouting
I have
department.
interviewed with an NFL team. Yep. Actually, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is funny, that won the Super Bowl. There, when I was at Ithaca, the owner's actually an Ithaca grad. He donated the Glazer Center, I think it's called there, which was just a thing. And then one of the employees there worked for Ithaca, or was from Ithaca as well, so just kind of worked out. But I actually had my daughter, so it didn't work out for me to move down to Florida. And yeah, here I am in Pennsylvania, doing this awesome interview. I'm having so much fun. Dolphins Twitter, I love seeing the reason arguments. They're awesome. But I mean, Dolphins Twitter's been fun. Enjoying the ride and
guys, if he wants to be, he's already family to this show. But Jeremy is going to be someone I want to have on, regularly. With how you guys see, I use Dante Collinelli comes on regularly. Neil Driscoll comes on. He'll be on next week. Comes on regularly. Hopefully, Chrissy Freud will get to that point. So. Get used to him, guys, because I mean, what more validation do you really need than what you just heard? That is as stellar of a resume as you can have. So I don't want to hear any nonsense. And shout out to Timothy Whiteman, $10 donation, said reasons the dude fins up. I love you, man. Appreciate you for that. All right, so let's get into it. And I want to start with something that's not on the list because Dolphin 82 asked this, and I mean, this is easy for you. This is what's your evaluation of Tua Tagovailoa now?
So I think this is
and you saw that video I sent you from the exercise physiologist, right?
I don't think so, actually.
I'll send that to you.
Yes,
I'll send that to you. Okay.
I think my favorite aspect of Dolphins Twitter is, for some odd reason, a lot of you argue with yourselves. I'm not arguing with you. When I say trading for Deshaun Watson's terrible, I'm not saying Tua is better than Deshaun Watson. But what I am saying is Tua is good. Like, he's not some crappy. I almost swore. I'm not going to swear that much.
You can swear. You can swear, bro.
He's not some shitty quarterback. Like, he's not shitty whatsoever. I mean, literally, he can sling the ball all over. He didn't hit the deep balls, but look at his receivers. They weren't catching anything all year. I just think giving up on a quarterback, and I'm not big on excuses. I hate excuses, but I mean, a whole offseason with coronavirus and all this stuff, give him the full offseason. Get him some damn weapons. I mean, the Dolphins are loaded with picks. And then evaluate. Don't tell me that Tua's trash because he played what? He started 9 games. 9 games is your evaluation.
And Jeremy, to your scouting evaluation, did he have the same football body you saw in Alabama?
I would say he looked a little lighter in the legs. I don't know. I feel like I've seen that a little around, but definitely, again, his offseason was rehab. So I don't know if he was as strong as he could have been. He looked a little light in the legs, which obviously impacts footwork and throwing and stuff like that. But one thing I will say is, with covering the Eagles, Carson Wentz had a rookie season where a lot of people were kind of treating him the same way. Philly fans, they turn on you in a second, hence why he's getting traded. But they always went off and said how terrible Carson Wentz is because look at his numbers, look at this, look at that. If your argument for a rookie quarterback after 9 games is that his yards per attempt were low, I mean, you need to reevaluate how you view football because that's just not how football works. I mean, there's plays. I mean, that one that's going around against the Bengals. If he hits that touchdown pass, are people going to say he can't throw a deep ball? Well, guess what? He hit the touchdown pass in my eyes. That's how you evaluate football. Plays like that need to count in your head. It doesn't need to be the touchdown. He made the throw. He dropped it. And that's what gets me so mad is all these people, excuses, the guys dropped the ball. That's not really an excuse. That's the
context.
Truth. But evaluate it in a sense where you saw him throw the ball. It was a perfect throw. It was dropped. That's all that needs to be said. But the context is he threw a perfect throw. That's not on him. It's all good. Move on, next play. And some Dolphins fans, they think by me even remotely sticking up for Tua and saying like he had an okay year. I would love to build around Tua. A lot of big name people say build around Tua. And they just attack little things and they're like, you think Tua's great and Deshaun Watson stinks. No, I don't. I don't at all. I think Deshaun Watson's an excellent quarterback. I just, again, have wrote the article that's been making waves and everyone's telling me I'm an idiot. It'd be a terrible idea to trade for him. It just, in my eyes, it's terrible to give up that many assets for a quarterback when you saw what happens when Tua puts the ball on the money. There's no weapons to catch the ball, so you're not going to win anyways. I just think Tua had a very good year, in my opinion. He said it wasn't great. For a rookie quarterback to come in with the circumstances he did, I'm all on board with Tua. I think Tua is going to be fine.
I agree. All right, let's get into this. Let's talk some. Let's talk some free agency. And I just want to ask you this. What should the Dolphins do because they got $35.5 million in cap space with X wanting some more money? Would you, just guarantee more?
I'm a big fan of rewarding your guys that make plays. I think that not only one does it build culture in your locker room to reward you and say, hey, if I bust my ass and I get 10 interceptions, the Miami Dolphins are going to take care of me. I'm not just a player in here that they want production from and they're not going to pay me. So I'm all on board for the Dolphins to even give him a little bump in his salary if he wants. So I know he's making a lot of money, even to make it guaranteed. Like you said, just something to show him that he's appreciated for his great year. I would 100% am on board for that. I don't care if it was, what is he, 28? Everyone's complaining that he's getting older and stuff. Give me a break. He had 10 interceptions. He's a dude. I'd give him a little more money, make him happy, and show the team that, again, if you're going to perform, you're going to get paid. And I think that's the best thing you could do for your team.
Yeah. And do you think he got the shaft on the votes at Defensive Player of the Year?
I think someone on PhinPhanatic wrote it, actually. They said that him losing the award wasn't the problem. I don't think it's a problem. I understand Aaron Donald's a beast. He gets double teamed every play, triple teamed every play. Watt's a beast, obviously. But 3 votes, dude, that's a joke. It's a joke. He had 10 interceptions. I saw a lot of people defending him, a lot of NFL athletes actually defending him, saying, do you know how hard it is to get 10 interceptions? So I'm a little disappointed in the 3 votes, but what are you going to do? It is what it is. Aaron Donald, I think it was Kyle Krabs or someone said, he didn't even have, his best year, and it's it's kind of just, it comes with the territory that Aaron Donald's probably going to be more than likely going to win Defensive Player of the Year
and
9 times out of 10.
And if Gilmore set the standard last year for DB, X blew him out of the water.
Yeah.
Even down to the passer rating against. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
you know what I
crazy.
mean?
Aaron Donald just, he gets a lot of respect, which deservedly so. He's awesome. Aaron Donald's a beast, but
he's going to be a Hall of Famer, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would say he's probably a Hall of Famer already. He's that close. He just needs to keep going on the path he is. 100%, he'll be fine. But yeah, so it was a little disappointing.
All right, brother. Let's talk about Aaron Jones because you wrote a pretty good article on him. It's a rumored about $14 million price tag. Do you think that's going to be too high for the Dolphins? Because I've been banging the table for this guy, but $14 million makes me cringe a little here when I can go get, I want Corey Linsley. That's my top target if he hits the market. I tweet that today. Yeah, and you can get Corey Linsley and Curtis Samuel for a couple million more than what this might cost. Probably about $4 or $5 million more than what this is going to cost. So where are you at with Aaron Jones in free agency and what you think? What would be your cap per year for this guy?
Yeah, 14 mil. I think is around 4th in the NFL. Then he'd be at, which is it's pretty significant. I'm so against drafting a running back in the first round. I'm one of those people that will go to my grave saying you can find the same player in the 3rd round. You can find the same player undrafted. Look at the Jags this year. Look at Alvin Kamara. Oh my God, guy wasn't a 1st round pick. You can find these players. So I understand the anger that came to me towards my article where I said that he should be a priority. 14 mil is a lot, yes. The only argument against myself that I probably should have wrote is because a lot of people were coming at me, oh, no, they should go Harris at 18 instead. That's terrible. They should not go Harris at 18 over getting Aaron Jones. People weren't understanding what I was saying. You're getting Aaron Jones technically for free. Yes, you're going to pay him the cap money, but you're not giving up assets. You're not wasting assets. And taking a running back at pick 18 is wasting an asset. And I'm like 100% on board to take him for $14 million a year. It sucks. You got to swallow it. But I mean, the window with Tua, you have the rookie contract, which helps a hell of a lot when you're building a team. I mean, if you have the rookie on the contract, there's money that can be put in other places. And sometimes you have to overspend for what you need. Nothing wrong with that. The only argument I should have put, if the Dolphins end up getting someone in the second or third round, I mean, I'm still on board with that.
Javonte Williams, baby.
Yeah, 100. I have it written down for later, the when we talk about that. But exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your argument, I'm not going to argue with you. But don't tell me that taking a running back at 18 is better than paying a free agent for free and then being able to draft someone else at 18 is better than that. I don't believe in that at all.
And I agree with you because, you know, I'll take Aziz Ojulari before him out of Georgia. I will take, if Kwity Paye's sitting there at 18, I'm running it. I'll take Rashad Bateman if I haven't taken, because he's my subjective favorite receiver in this class. I see OBJ light when I watch him. It's scary, some of the catches that guy makes. And bro, let's be honest, if he was on Bama or Clemson, it would be a wrap with Rashad Bateman, okay? Because the man that size, you can, and you've seen it. I know you've probably watched him. They use him in the slot too. He'll kill you on a slant, bro. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you know, and I think he gives you similar at the catch point traits to Jamar Chase, but people just sleep on Rashad because he's from Minnesota. Like, you know, I fell in love with him watching Tyler Johnson last year, and I love Tyler Johnson as a.
They say row the boats there, right? Row the boats.
Yeah. So, you know, like, you know, there's guys, Joseph Asai. I think he'd be perfect for this defense in a stand-up role. I'll take him at 18 over Najee. You know what I mean? Because I'm with you, man. Like, I don't start looking at running backs till the mid-20s, late 20s. You know what I mean? That's the pick that. I do, but that's the pick I would trade back from if I'm targeting not 3. You know what I mean? And if I can move back up with that 36 to get Javonte Williams, bro, don't be surprised if when my big board comes out, Javonte's number 1, bro.
For running back.
He's legit, man.
Oh, I love his game.
I'm a huge Sam Howell fan, so I've been watching him and like Diami Brown and Daz Newsome for like years. He's
got Miles Sanders vibes to me. He's got that nice little jump cut, and he can do it all. I would love him on the Dolphins, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, look at the value you could get for someone at pick 35, or even if you trade up a little instead of going at 18. It's like running backs, as horrible as to say, it's just not as important of a position. You can find, I mean, Gaskin, look at Gaskin this year. He did fine when he was healthy. I mean, you don't need a first-round running back. And I think in my article, I wrote something along the lines of the top 10 rushers, 7 of them were not first-round picks. And then for touchdowns, I think it was 8 of 10, the top 10. Like,
bro, for me to go first round, I need like Gurley out of Georgia, or I need Saquon Barkley. Like, I need that, bro. Just like where I'm at with receiver at 3. Buddy, I need a Julio Jones or a Megatron prototype. You know what I mean? A freakish size that can run
Devonta Smith, you said?
You know what? I would understand the pick. I might not agree with it, but I understand it because I think they should take Waddle. I've actually changed my stance.
I'm okay with that.
And that's because
Waddle over Smith, though, that's what you like. You'd rather have Waddle over Smith.
That's where I'm at, because I think when you rank, like when the top 4 were at Bama last year, if I go route running, you know what I mean? Obviously, Judy number 1. Then I'd go Devonta, and then I'd put Jalen right there. He's better than Ruggs at running routes. Yeah. He stems and stacks way better.
He's a good player.
And here's my thing, and follow me for this, Jeremy. I don't know if you saw the video I posted today.
Which
about
one?
Him and Henry Ruggs.
Oh, the racing? Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
Okay. So that's 4. Josh Jacobs came out and said Jalen's going to run a 4.27 in his rookie. And you know how it works with rookies, bro. Receivers especially. Coaches love using you on special teams. When I look at Chase, Smith, and Waddle, is it even close as to who you want to use? And here's my thing. I think he's one of the most dynamic players in this draft when the ball's in his hands.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know, you go look at Jamar Chase. How many catches after the catch did he get stopped trying to go laterally or whatever. Whereas same catches, Jalen's taking him into the fucking house, bud.
Yeah, he's nasty. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bama receivers in general. I mean, look at the production they've had in the NFL. They produce dudes. Look at Calvin Ridley. I mean, shit, he's fucking he's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
fantastic, right?
I'm okay with that. I saw a big thing today was like take the left tackle at 3 and then try to get Waddle after that. And I'm on board. That would be awesome. I don't mind that at all.
Now my stance is moving Sewell to right.
To right tackle. Yeah, I saw that actually. I think
I posted that clip of him playing there, right?
I saw a lot of people getting mad about that. But if you start him there, I think you have a better chance. Like a good situation. Again, I know go back to the Eagles because I covered them. The left tackle Mailata. He played left tackle, and then they put him at right, and he made a comment. They're like, how does it like when you switch every other day from left to right? He's like, well, it's like trying to wipe your ass with your left hand if you're right-handed, like that it's tough. And I agree, and that's what makes me feel if the Dolphins draft him with a purpose and they know we're going to put you at right tackle, that's where you're going to play, I think that's going to be fine. I think he's talented enough. He's got enough athletic ability, and I mean, he's a freaking monster.
You saw the video I posted, right?
Yeah, he's a monster. He's mean, man. I love offensive linemen that are mean like that. And
see, but I take away watching that video. He's shown you he's got the fundamentals to start into his kick slide with his other side, to lead with his other hand. He's shown you he can do that. Yeah, that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Some players are just special, man. You can put them anywhere, they can play, and they can play great. I mean, I would be completely fine with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
So what would you do at pick 3? Let me people want to know.
Pick 3. I've been on board about just taking Smith at 3. I mean, again, the value there, maybe it's not the best because you can get Waddle later. But I just think Smith is so good. I love scouting the wide receiver position. It's probably one of my favorites to scout. Justin Jefferson was like my crush all last year. I mean, I've never seen – he's so special. I knew he was going to be great in the NFL. I just think Smith is going to be even better somehow. I really think Smith is so freaking special. And then Todd McShay, Todd had to come today and fucking the idea to trade back with Carolina. And now I'm like, I mean, how do you not think that's a better option? You know, I love Smith. I will pound the table for Smith. He's the best. But trading back, picking up the extra second and another first in 2022, I think if that's really an offer on the table, how do you not take that? I really don't see how you can take it because you're moving back. Hopefully 3 quarterbacks are gone. So you're still getting one of the top 5 players on your board, an additional second-round pick, and a 2022 first. So if right now at this exact moment, and it hurts me to say this, my decision would be to trade back with Carolina if that's an option. I really think. I mean, I think you'd even have a chance to get your guy. I really do. Like
man. I don't think he's getting past the Bengals, bro.
But who knows? They might go Chase. I mean, I think
we can both agree Jonah Williams needs his ass replaced real quick right now, bro.
I don't know, man.
If I was Joe Burrow and Panay and Rashawn are on the board and they pass for Chase, I would actually be kind of mad because I'm about to come back and get killed.
I've also seen a lot of people saying that he's going to go, or it's Slater, right? Rashawn Slater's going to go before.
And I agree with you. I think they're actually going to go Chase. That's who I've been telling people.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're just taking a risk. Obviously, you could end up. It could be catastrophic. The 3 receivers could go. The 2 left tackles could go, and then you're sitting there and you're screwed. Yeah. I just think if it goes quarterback 1, quarterback 2,
which it will,
Carolina's they want to trade up to number 3 for a quarterback. I just think you're just really, again, the top 5 guys are there. Then if you feel strong about your top 5 on your board and you're okay with any of those 5. I think you got to move back. I really do. And it hurts me to say it because I want Smith so bad. I literally think Devonta Smith is an absolute dude. I think I wrote in my article that I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. That's how crazy I am on him. This is where I'm at.
This is where I'm at. And I do, because I see, I hate player comps because then people don't, when you make them, they expect that player comp out of college into the NFL, not realizing that's a ceiling that growth and development and coaching is going to take to reach there. Anyways, I'm on the total opposite. It's time to get aggressive. We've accumulated this capital. We're so much closer than we were last year to being a legitimate contender because my top 5 needs right now are wide receiver, running back. You need a center. You need a right tackle. Okay. And actually I have 6. And I need a 2 down gap filling, run stuffing, nose tackle, zero tech that can kick Raekwon to the flank as an end with Wilkins on passing on running situations, and then I want to kick Raekwon back inside on passing situations. I need that, and I need an alpha middle linebacker, okay? And my thing here is it's time to get your guys. So where I'm at, you take Pinay with 3, right? And I'm moving back up, and I'm targeting the Eagles, the Lions, or Carolina. And I'm moving back up, and I'm going and I'm getting my receiver.
Are you trading the 2022 first? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. But you know why? Because I expect 12 wins. So that's a 26th or 27th pick. That's a glorified second rounder to me. All right. So I'm fine with that because now it's about getting my guys and getting us over that hump. Because, bro, I'll tell you right now, my expectation is not wild card. I want divisional appearance. And Flores has set this standard, not me. So that's where I'm at.
I like it, though.
I just think it's time to get aggressive. I think we're done accumulating. I really do. Now, if we accumulate in this draft, I get it. But I don't think we're going to be accumulating for like 2022, So that's
what I'm thinking is, last thing on this, you trade back to 8, you pick up that extra first, and then you get aggressive as hell with 18, and you have 2 firsts next year. You can trade your first again, which you said could be a glorified second if you win 12 games, and then you move up again, and you go 8 and say like 11 to 15. You even move up. You probably wouldn't need a first for 15.
I don't want Darisaw if I'm already in a position to get Penei Sewell. I like Darisaw. He's my OT3 right now, Slater 2. Why? Let me put you this way, and I've never said this about a prospect ever, but I have said it about this kid, and I've been saying this since the last year. I see a gold jacket in Sewell's future.
Really?
We fucked up. Tristan Wirfs was my OT1 in October 2019 when some people hadn't even watched him yet.
How good is he? Oh my god,
bro! And Pinay's better. Pinay's better. I have a higher
that.
evaluation, and so does some of my scouting buddies on Pinay. I have one buddy who I trust the most when it comes to the scouting shit. Pinay's got his highest ever grade since he started as a tackle.
I'd be okay with it. I would not, if they drafted him at number 3, I'm not going to be mad whatsoever. I love building offensive line.
Because here's my thing, and I've been saying this since before drafted. Give me an offensive line that can compete with the Raiders or the Dallas recently before the guys started falling apart. Give me that, because you know why? Fucking 700, 800-yard receivers can become 1,000-yard guys. 800-yard running backs can become 1,000-yard guys.
Aaron Jones will look great running behind those guys.
Yes, bro. And, and that's why you get Lindsley, too. Lindsley, to me, that is the free agency or bust move. If he hits the marker, there's no excuse. Buddy, I don't know if I've seen a guy in the screen game like that. Holy Jesus, bro. This guy kills people at the second level, man. It's ridiculous. And I showed some all 22 when I did my top 10 free agents. And people were blowing me up. Just like I have Taylor Moton. If they want to go there for right tackle, I get it. Because you look at his reps against Joey Bosa and Cameron Jordan, and he pancaked Joey Bosa this year. He has some downright dominant reps. So I would get that, but I want Penei Sewell because I want the 4th year and 5th-year option at the cheap. That matters more to me than paying Moton 14, 15 million top tackle money,
So you wouldn't want to play him at left tackle, though?
No, I'm fine with Jackson. Listen, I called his issues. I'm on stream, brother. Before the pick happened, before the Noah and the Austin Jackson pick happened, I called those picks. I also called at the top of the Days 2 stream because I was high on Raekwon. I saw a lot of Chris Jones in his game, and I called him down to the number 56. So, you know what I mean? I think I'm pretty in tune with this coaching staff and like in terms of my evaluations and shit. And so, my whole thing is, Austin Jackson, you go walk to Bradley and I, Julian Aquara, AJ Epinesa, they came across his face. Bradley Chubb looked like he watched his college film and said, oh, that's how you beat him. And then, I was on record too, receipts out there. Because I do game previews on Friday nights. Someone asked me in the comments, hey, Reason, what's your big worry matchup? And I said Bradley Chubb versus Austin Jackson, and we saw how that went. You know what I mean? So Austin Jackson, the other issue with that is, to me, that you can let him develop. It's the oncoming traffic for Tua. He can see it, and he's got a good enough pocket presence. I mean, for a guy who didn't trust his body, how many sacks did that guy avoid this year? Like, good God, no one gives him credit for that, right?
That was honestly, I haven't even put that in my head to think that Tua's lefty, a right tackle, is that much more important. I haven't even heard anyone say that. That is such a great freaking point. I mean, obviously I know Tua's a lefty, but the thought of it has never crossed my mind. So I was going to actually say to you, my only concern would be Jackson flames out and stinks, and then you want to move Penny to left tackle, and you're screwed. That's my only worry.
I mean, I think we can draft, because here's my philosophy with that. I want my right tackle to make elite tackle money. I'm fine if that left is in like the second tier or like the bottom of the second tier, because now I don't got to pay you up the yin yang.
Yeah,
so
true.
I'm good with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to pay 2 elite left tackles. We'll be broke. You know what I mean? 15, 30 million. Who knows what it'll be in 4 years when you get paid? Jesus, God, no. And I told everyone, listen, you watch Hunt. He doesn't have the hip flexibility when he drops his butt. You can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. And you know that better than anyone. He doesn't have the feet for lateral movement. Can't handle. Go. Bro, can we both agree Marcus Golden is good? He's not elite. But this guy couldn't handle him for the life of him. Right? He doesn't have the feet to handle guys with good bend around the edge. And Jeremy, I know you watched the All-22. How many plays off the rip was Robert Hunt in Tua Tagovailoa's lap, bro? So like constantly. But I said in my evaluation when we drafted him, because I was actually Kinley and Hunt guy, they were two people I was propping up to the fan base before the draft happened. And we drafted them. Anyways, Robert Hunt, I think, can give you Pro Bowl, All-Pro play at guard.
Which, were you putting him, right or left?
Right, because he's play snaps there, right? And he leads with his right side, the other side of his body anyways. So, you know what I mean? That's where I'm, and I think he can, move. And hey, can we both agree? When they slotted Kinley to his natural position at left guard, and I said to people, he propped up Andrew Thomas's, and we got 220 in the room. Shout out to you. He propped up Andrew Thomas's draft stock. Buddy, I think we can both agree, Jeremy. Austin Jackson vastly improved in run sets alone when Kinley was next to him. And we got the best play I've seen out of Jesse Davis when Kinley they were handing off combo blocks and communicating very, very well. And my other problem with Hunt is he can't pick up a stunt to save his life. He cannot pick up stunts or twists. He just can't. He just can't move laterally enough to do it. And honestly, between me and you and all these people watching, I don't think he's there yet above the neck either. Obviously, because you're a rookie, but I think he's a little bit behind, like a guy like Kinley, right? Yeah. So Kinley's only problem is really, if you think about it, he's not fleet-footed enough to pull, and he'll have good reps where he pulls, but then he'll have bad reps. And when he started having that foot injury, you could tell it was slowing him down. Like you could tell a man that size was getting affected by a foot,
Yeah, and last thing I'll add on the whole drafted a tackle thing, I think it is extremely important to bump him inside, like you're saying. You improve two positions at once, and that is like, I mean, that's, again, I'm all for like the value aspect of building a team. Like when you draft a tackle, you get to bump him inside, and you are literally improving two positions at once. So I don't know why some people are not happy about the idea of adding a tackle. I don't think the Chiefs game is like what should tell you that you need to draft an offensive line, because they had like 4 guys out. Any team would be screwed, but still, your offensive line needs to be good. So I'll end on saying I agree with you. I would be 100% fine with it at 3.
You know who I comped him a lot to pre-draft? Brandon Schreff. And what they drafted as a tackle, what did Washington have to do?
Put him at guard, yeah.
And you know what's crazy?
He's a free agent, right?
Yeah. He actually, Robert Hunt actually, he beat some of I think they went to the same high school.
Really?
And he beat a lot of Brandon Schreff's gym records, like bench press and all that kind of stuff.
I like
it.
Fun fact.
So what would you do at 18?
See, you hate my idea at 18.
No,
because
go off your idea. Go off your
Well,
idea that you have.
if we're going with we take someone at 3, we don't move back, and you're at
Okay.
18. I am fully on being aggressive and moving up again. I want the Dolphins. I guess I'm contradicting myself in a sense by saying trade back, take another player, but I want the Dolphins to draft the best players. Sitting at 18, you're on the fringe. You're getting questionable. I want the guaranteed player. I want to see them trade up, and if they give up their 2022 first round pick, I don't care. And I know it's a complete dream and it's never going to happen, but if Kyle Pitts is starting to slide down 10, 11, 12, I have an article coming out tomorrow. I think Kyle Pitts and a tight end of his level in the Dolphins offense matched up with my boy from PSU. I mean, you're talking elite offense. I would love to see them trade up from 18 and get either Waddle, Pitts, or some elite pass catcher. Get Tua a weapon, because if we're taking a tackle at 3, you got to get a pass catcher, and I would not wait till 18. 100%. If you take the tackle at 3, if you're not aggressive and you sit at 18, you're going to miss out on one of those generational talents at receiver or tight end. And I think Pitts is like incredibly amazing. Like, I comped him to Calvin Johnson, which I guess someone else did from NFL Networks. Now that's like the big thing.
Ooh.
But I think he's that good. I literally compare him to Calvin Johnson. I'm a diehard Gators fan. I have never in my lifetime, I mean, my wife would crack up. I would be like, babe, you got to fucking watch this guy. I have never in my lifetime seen a player. He's just so much better than everyone. I mean, I think one play they triple covered him and he just embarrassed everyone. He is so damn good. And he just reminds me of Calvin Johnson, that no matter who lines up on him, you're screwed. You put a linebacker on him, he's going to run by him. You put a safety on him, he's better than him. You put a corner on him, he's just going to body him. He's going to outwork him. And that's how Calvin Johnson was to me. And that's my comp for him. So how are you
using him? How do you utilize him in the slot,
everywhere?
the boundary?
Move him everywhere. Oh my God. For Florida, he played everywhere. He didn't, I think in
but my problem is he's not as good of a blocker as a guy like Pat Freiermuth.
Oh, he improved though. He improved this year.
Oh, I'll give him that, but he's not a Pat Freiermuth level.
One thing that I love about college receivers and tight ends, if you're a willing blocker and you show the fucking bite to want to block, I feel like NFL coaches, they can squeeze the arms.
Are you listening, Mike Gesicki? Are you listening, Mike? Yeah,
but no,
I agree with you.
I would. I mean, oh my God, I just think the world of Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is arguably the best player in the draft class, which I think I have tweeted this. Maybe I had a couple whiskey gingers in me, but I truly think Pitts is like top 3, maybe even number 1 some days. Like I just have never seen such a dominant presence, and the Dolphins could put him everywhere. And I was gonna say, I think in 2019. He wasn't even allowed to win tight end of the year because he lined up not at tight end so many plays, which was like dumb as hell. But
yeah,
that's what I'm doing. If I'm at 18, I'm moving up. I want a pass catcher, and I need an elite pass catcher. Tua needs help. Whoever the damn quarterback is needs help. It's not fair to anyone. You got to get one of the elite guys, and 2 tight end sets would be amazing. I think not to like throw my article and give some of the things in it, but the Dolphins were the 4th best team for not 4th best, but 4th most 2 tight end sets, 12 personnel. And I mean, they obviously like their 2 tight ends. There's only 4 teams higher than them, so they were the 5th actually. But if they really do like those 2 tight end sets, I mean, imagine those 2 tight ends on the field. Good luck. I mean, they're gonna either run the ball down your throat with Aaron Jones, everybody, or they're gonna line up with 2 tight ends. They're gonna play action pass, and you got to try to put on either a linebacker on one of those guys or a safety, and it's just not gonna work. It's impossible. So I love 2 tight end sets. The Eagles won the Super Bowl with their 2 tight end sets, were dominant. The Bucks, I mean, Cameron Brate's not elite, obviously, but Brate played imagine if OJ Howard wasn't hurt, how many 2 tight end sets those fucks would have ran. I mean, It is 2 tight ends to me is so much more important than people understand. So, I mean, it would suck to not get one of the top receivers, but I'm okay with Pitts. I mean, Pitts, technically to me is a wide receiver and a tight end. I love Pitts that much.
And I think there's like a guy I'm really high on is Terrace Marshall. There's going to be there's going to be guys and like a guy his size should not move the way he does at times. It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Some of these players nowadays, man, I mean, even again, going back to Kyle Pitts, like these guys are fucking huge and they just move so fast and are just so incredible. It's insane. It's truly insane.
What do you do with Albert Wilson on a restructured contract? Because I tell everyone he fits that Bama mold when he's at fully 110% in terms of the guys you want to use in the slot. What do you do with a guy like Albert Wilson who's on that cheap restructured for 1 year? Do you let him come here, ball out, and walk?
Yeah, I mean, you can. Isn't he one of the guys that you can cut to save like $2 some million, I think? Is he one of the ones up for it?
I don't know if he is actually. I know Grant is.
I think
That guy needs to be in the unemployment line.
I honestly, I'm okay with a complete overhaul for the wide receivers. I'm looking quick. Albert Wilson, $2.85 million if you cut him.
Yeah,
I'm cutting him. I'm getting rid of him. I'm putting that money towards free agents.
Like I want Juju, but I don't want to pay the price.
Yeah.
And the guy I would target is Curtis Samuel, bro.
I would rather pay Curtis Samuel $10 million a year than Albert Wilson $2.85 million or whatever his contract is.
Yeah, that's great.
I just from covering the Eagles, I have a very good understanding of when your receivers aren't performing the way they should and they don't just reach the next level. Sometimes it doesn't click, and I don't agree with give them a few more years. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses, save your money, and go from there. I'm completely fine with the Dolphins overhauling their entire receiver room and drafting. I'm fine with 3 receivers. I do it in my mocks all the time. I find myself wanting to draft 4 receivers. Damn it! I mean, you got to get guys in there that are going to compete, and I'm completely fine. I would cut him. $2.85 million. That's a lot of money for me. That's the difference in getting an elite free agent from an average free agent. So.
And that Curtis Samuel and that 3.5 yards of separation on average tied for 6th best in the NFL, 3.5 yards of separation on his routes. We need a guy who can take someone over the top, and we need natural separators.
Yeah, and you mentioned Bama mold too. I would like to see him just moving all around. I mean, they use him at running back.
That's your motion guy too, right? He becomes your motion guy.
He played running back. I couldn't imagine how many snaps he actually played there. I bet if you looked it up, it would be insane how many snaps he played at running back. He looked great everywhere he was. I think plugging him into an offense like that and letting him go, I like it. I would rather pay him the $10 million and 100%. I really would.
What are your thoughts about if we draft Devonta Smith, using him as your motion man to help him get a release until he gets his size right, cleaner releases off the line against press and stuff?
Even Bama got pretty creative with him though too. If you watch him,
that's why I'm asking you this.
I think I'm not a big fan of the whole size thing. I know you and I have been talking to people about it, but
we killed that guy with the Isaac Bruce thing, bro.
That was terrible.
Oh my God, it was disgusting.
That was terrible. I thought he was just being funny, and then he what a loser. You dunked on him. It was bad. Yeah. But that's where I'm at with it. I don't think you need to move him around as much. I mean, Bama showed you how to use him. Sometimes moving around works, but I think the only reason you move him around is because you really put the stress on the defense. Then that's what I feel. I don't think you need to move him around to help him get separation. I think you move him around because it helps everyone else get separation, because now he's in motion and you're like, shit, there's the Heisman Trophy winner moving. What are we going to do? And it puts tons of stress on the defense. I'm a big fan of motion plays. I don't know if the Packers-Rams game, I think it was the playoff game, Devonta Adams on Jalen Ramsey, that was one of my all-time favorite play calls. If you watch that touchdown he had on him where Jalen Ramsey flipped out and blamed the linebacker.
Yeah.
That's actually was not it. They did not have a bump call. If you watch it, 3 plays in a row before that, Devonta Adams kept moving, and they were seeing what is it going to do to the defense? Let's watch the stress it puts on the defense. And every time Jalen Ramsey over pursued and got so aggressive because he gets all cocky like he's going to shut him down, and they knew they had no bump built in. So when they threw that, it was the easiest touchdown they had all year. They knew it was going to be a touchdown. So I love the motion. I don't care who you put in motion. Motion like that is great for an offense.
Yeah, I'm a huge obviously I know you need pre-snap motion to show coverage for the defense to show their hand with coverages, etc. I am a huge proponent of what they're doing in Baltimore and what McVay started ripping off and motion at the snap.
Yep.
McVay got beat by them, right? 2 years ago now by that. And he went, and at the time, the Ravens motion at the snap about 34% of the time. Last year, McVay and the Rams went all the way up to 33%. So awesome. I'm a huge proponent of that shit.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and I don't think it's
the false keys alone you can create off that will give teams headaches, bro.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of understanding that Devonta Smith is the size he is, and he's still a dominant player. So I don't even want to give the time of day and say that it helps create separation, because then someone's going to be like, "You said that he needs help to get separation." Like bullshit.
No.
Yeah. I know you.
Oh, no, I'm clarifying it for people in the comments.
Yeah.
I am not saying that. He is as natural of a separator as you can get.
Yeah.
Why I'm pitching that is because when you already got a guy who can do that, and the way Bama used them is what you said, you're going to give those guys fits. Because here's the thing. They might already be if you got a Kyle Pitts, even if Devontae Parker's 110%, on the boundary, those guys are going to draw the dubs.
Yeah.
So, what are they going to do with this guy going like that? They're going to be, up Shit's Creek, no paddle, bro. And I mean, that's it. That's just game planning. You know what it is. That's just smart game planning, right?
Yep.
So, people are talking right now. I don't hate Gesicki, guys. I'm not a fan of Gesicki's route running. It's fucking downright lazy at times, okay?
I'm a
downright lazy. I'm fine with that. He's very talented once he gets the ball in his hands. He needs to improve as a blocker, and he needs to stop running through houses and working on crisping out those route running abilities, because I know you see it. I got my boy Ball Game up here all the time. He was offered a positional coach job at Fresno State. He coached against schools like St. John Bosco and stuff as a defensive coordinator, okay? So big boy shit. All right, even at the high school level, right? And he'll be the first. He'll be the first one to tell you Gesicki does not run clean enough routes consistently. That's it. And no one's expecting a tight end to run Jerry Jeudy routes, but Kelsey, Kittle, those guys run them clean, and that separates you, man. I'm just gonna say
Kelsey against the Browns, against the number one corner, Ward.
Yeah,
you see that one? Oh my god. See, that's what I'm telling you now. You're getting me excited. I just want Kyle Pitts so bad on the Dolphins.
And Martin's right. Gesicki's got very, very good hands. I have no issue with him at the catch point.
I like his energy
or after the
though.
catch.
I know you mentioned like the lazy routes and stuff, but I just feel like sometimes he plays. He just has fun, and I like that.
And I love that too. Wilkins does that. I love it, man.
Yep.
That's fine, buddy. I adore passion. Give me that all night. And I love Gesicki. I hope he works. I want him to. I'm just saying this so he can become a top 5 tight end, because he will never reach that unless he gets a little bit better at blocking and route running. Then people will legitimately have a conversation with them. And I think Chan Gailey misused him in the sense of, brother, the Raiders game. Why the fuck are we waiting till Tua to get pulled for this guy to start motioning and matching up with Raekwon when we know we have the scouting report on Raekwon? You do that with Tua, Tua's feasting, brother. Just saying. And that throw against Kansas City, again, triple coverage, shows you that he will target Gesicki when he's open, in my opinion. All right, so let's get your thoughts here. What do you, just quickly, what's your idea with the 36? Is that where you'd be targeting, like, let's say, a running back?
Yeah, I'm
or a linebacker?
There. I'm also pretty on board with center there too. If the
who's Dolphins your center one?
I know it's tough, but I'm gonna go with Dickerson. I know he's got the health issues.
That's mine.
But dude, I can't explain. I'm the weirdest of weird football guys. Like when they let him come back in to snap that ball, I got fucking
bro,
geeked, man.
Oh my God.
I was like that, but you know why they do that? Because a kid like him fucking deserves it. Coach, and if Nick Saban thinks that he deserves it, dude, that's the type of player I want in my locker room. Are you kidding me,
bro? And
dude,
what do you think a guy like Flores thinks about? You know how highly they value character, right?
He blows his knee out. The whole team's over there laughing with him, freaking cheering him on. Like, come on. I mean, I know the injuries are there, but I'm taking the risk. I really am. If the Dolphins want to address the center position in the draft and early, I'm taking him that early. I don't care. I know some people have him, maybe he'll be there at 50. I'm not waiting. Just like you said, get your guys. And he's got to be one of the guys. I don't see how he's not. I mean, it's almost like we're taking every Alabama player right now, but they're freaking good, man. They're all good. But that's who I'm taking there. I would love nothing more than to see him be in Miami Dolphins.
A sleeper I've identified. I just want to find out if you watched on him. Have you watched anything on Robert Hainsey out of Notre Dame?
Nope.
Go check his tape out, bro. And at the Senior Bowl, he was staying late with Flores and company after practices, 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, man, go check him out. I think you'll really enjoy the watch. One of the sturdiest bases I think I've seen in this draft from that position. Yeah, I think you'll like him. So I gotta ask you then, because buddy, I'm getting Tyler Biotish vibes with Creed Humphrey, in terms of everyone, had him projected high, including myself, and you watched him this year. Oh boy. What's your thoughts on a guy like Creed Humphrey?
I'd be okay with Creed Humphrey, but not as early. I would take Dickerson over him by a mile. You know, like it wouldn't even be a comparison in my eyes. I'd rather the injury prone stud than him. And I just, it's not a knock on him per se. It's just I feel that strongly about Dickerson instead of him, and I wouldn't take him. Maybe 50, the earliest. I'd probably want to get him later than that. I mean, I know he probably won't be there at 81, but I would. That's where I'd feel more comfortable. It's just I don't like going that early on him. I'd rather have Dickerson.
Is Sewell your OT1?
Yeah. Oh my God, he's a freak.
Do you think it's even close between him?
I think it's so weird that a lot of people are reporting that the other guy's going to be more coveted because he can play every position. Like, I don't like that. I don't care. Like, that's cool. Versatility is great, but like, dude, that Sewell's a fucking. I mean, he's literally insane.
He got recruited as a guard.
And I think what's even crazier is like he doesn't play the whole year and still is amazing. You know, like he sat out right because of COVID, and dude, I mean, people still are saying he's going to be one of the top picks, which he should have sat out anyways because college football is a highway robbery, but that's a whole other day discussion. But
and from what I've seen, the only position he has not played is center. He's played right guard and left guard. If you go, I mean, his first snap at Oregon, he was 17 playing left guard because he was a 4-star guard recruit because they didn't list him as a tackle.
And I'll say it again. I know I mentioned it, but I love players like him that fucking finish people in the dirt.
Oh, I love it.
Like that shit. That's another thing that just gets me so juiced. Like every play, he wants you to know that the next play he's coming again. Every single play.
And Jeremy, does he look 330?
No. Well, actually, I'm a little concerned. You think he's 330?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, dude, he looks like he's got an 8-pack. He looks like Lane Johnson.
I know.
We messaged back and forth about this. He kind of reminds me of Lane Johnson though, with how athletic he is, like, and how like his body tone. Lane Johnson's got a damn 6-pack. Like that's how I feel he is. You know, he just like you would never think, you'd never look at him and be like, wow, this guy is a left tackle in the NFL because he's a freak of nature.
Yeah,
he's a freak of nature.
So, what were your thoughts on Quinn Menares' Senior Bowl performance?
Yeah. I bought in. I don't know if you saw this. I tweeted something about the Draft Network. They have their little mock draft, and they haven't updated yet to put him in there. There's something about guys that rise to the occasion like that. Like coming from a D3 school, I played D3 football, but you know what I'm saying? Like he comes in and everyone's like, oh, we'll see what this guy can do. And he did not give a shit who he went against. He was same thing I just said. He was finishing people. He was out there. He broke his hand, wanted to still play. Like I love football guys, and he just bleeds football guy to me. I've actually mocked him in the 3rd round to the Dolphins if they don't go Dickerson earlier, and I would be fine with it. I just see him, and this was my comp for him, which I think a lot of people were very off put on. He reminds me of George Kittle, and I know that sounds really dumb because George Kittle's a tight end, but if you evaluate George Kittle as a blocker, he literally reminds me exactly of him. The way that they look like they're a kid at a candy store while they're blocking. They just love blocking, and it's that's how I got the Kittle comp. And people were like, "What? He's a tight end."
I actually like that. If you're using it as a blocking comp, that's a good comp.
I'm telling you, watch
Kittle's a damn good blocker, my friend.
Watch Kittle block, and then watch him block, and you will be like,
"Bro, I like that."
You understand what I'm saying, dude? He's nasty. He loves it, and
I like that. That's quirky, but that's a smart quirky.
Yep.
See, I'm telling y'all, this guy's legit. I don't know what else to say, man. This guy's legit, man. This guy, Dante's my spirit animal. This guy's my spirit animal. I don't know. I'm going to have a fucking farm by the time I'm done with spirit animals. Jesus. All right. So, what do you think is the strongest position offensively in terms of depth in this class to you?
I'm probably going to go with receiver just because I feel like
I think it's deeper than last year, bro.
I mean, Rager went 21 to the Eagles because they're an absolute joke. Give me a break,
bro. They're my second team, and I on stream disown them for their coaching hire.
That's so funny you said that.
Yeah,
dude. Because that was when COVID was like.
Because I was a McNabb and Dawkins guy. Brian Dawkins was one of my favorite.
So weirdly enough, too, like not to get in more about myself. So I was a Dolphins fan my whole life as a kid, and my family wasn't real big on football, even though I played football. So I never actually got to watch Dolphins games as a kid. Okay. I would always go on like ESPN the next day or that night, watch them. So I was a Dolphins fan until I was like probably like 17, 18 years old. I never got to watch Dolphins games. So I started just saying, I like the Dolphins, but I'm going to be an Eagles fan because my family only would ever watch Eagles games. That's the only games I could ever watch. So I started liking the Eagles, and I can't stand, there's something about the Eagles fans. I mentioned it earlier. I just couldn't even deal with them anymore or anything like that. So I just it's like my ex, man. You cut them out forever. I can't fucking stand the Eagles. And one of the big nails in the coffin was the Jalen Reagor pick. I was on a stream with a bunch of friends. We were all watching it together, like a Zoom call. And I said, watch, they're going to take Reagor over Jefferson. It's going to be the worst pick ever. And they took freaking Reagor, bro.
I actually said Justin Jefferson should be the pick here, and they took Reagor. And I was high on Reagor in like the second or third, bro.
Dude, I had a good comp for Reagor too, which actually turned out to be absolutely perfect. Hardman from the Chiefs. He's literally a gadget player, return guy. I mean, that was Justin Jefferson, though, I said was going to be one of the best receivers from the draft. I knew he was. When guys, and I'll get into Smith even more, when guys can get open like that and they don't need anyone to help them, that is the most rare shit in the NFL. That's how you win games. Winning routes by yourself, not needing anyone, not to knock Chase. I think Chase is great, but Chase needs to use some strength sometimes to win. You know, he's got to use his straight speed to win. Smith wins, but he's so damn savvy. He reminds me of Jefferson, and I said he's better than Justin Jefferson in my eyes from scouting. And that's, I know I went crazy around about there, but wide receiver group.
You think Chase is better than Justin Jefferson?
No, I would go Jefferson.
Either do I actually.
Yeah, I know people are going to say, hey, Dolphins Twitter annoys me with that. If I say I like someone better, that means I hate someone. I don't hate Chase. I think Chase is good. Chase is great.
That jabroni YouTuber Bengal who's got like 200,000 subscribers who only does like Madden shit. Bro, he tried to put me on blast for saying I would take Terrace Marshall over Chase based on value of where I got to spend the pick.
And they argue with themselves, man. They do. People just argue with themselves.
His own subscribers started saying, bro, you're not understanding what he's saying.
Did you see that guy arguing with me last night about me saying Smith fits the Dolphins better than Chase?
You're right,
he's like, how so? I went on a crazy
I gave you all the likes, bro.
And he said, you're 98% correct.
Right.
Like, are you fucking kidding
But I
me,
gave him credit for at least not attacking you after you said that.
So that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
He didn't realize he was arguing with himself. And I told him, Chase is great. Chase is just not.
Buddy, I always see elite traits at the catch point and the radius. Other than that, I don't see elite, bro. I do not see dynamic.
Like that. I'm not a big fan of receivers.
No, buddy, we have that in DVP and Preston Williams, man. I don't need another one.
I don't like receivers like that in a sense where I know they're good. He kind of gets the AJ Brown kind of vibe.
He's good.
He's gonna be an alpha. You know what I mean? He'll be an alpha. He'll be great. But I just don't want an alpha like that. I want an alpha that's gonna make DBs look silly. Like the ball's gonna be snapped and you're gonna see Tua throw the ball. You're gonna say, how the hell is he so open? And then when you watch the all 22 or you watch the replay, he's going to make a quick move off the line. He's wide open. And that's what Tua needs. He needs that quick window throw right away. And I think Smith fits so much better. But Chase is good. Waddle's a beast. Oh, my God. I can't wait to release my scouting report on him. I mean, he is so fun to watch. You mentioned the whole dynamic playmaker and stuff like that. Another guy I really like, and that's just my bias. I'm touching on two Gators. Oh, my. Dude, he's so fun.
Great, I mean, bro. You can move him everywhere, bro.
Well, every time he touches the ball, like I bring up my wife again when we watch the Gators. Every time he touches the ball, I'm like, he's gonna score. Like he just moves around. He's so great. I love his game. So,
bro, and I gotta say this: if he was 5'11" or 6 foot, Rondell Moore would be in discussion for the top receiver of this draft too.
I saw you tweeting about him. Yeah.
I'll have to dive in. Buddy, that guy is dynamic, bro.
I won't give my full opinion on him until I dive into the film, and then I'll give you a.
Have you watched Ross St. Brown yet? Either?
Not yet from USC. No.
Yeah, check him out. I think he's great. He's great second round value, bro. I think.
I'll have scouting reports on all of them. I love doing the receivers. That's like my
beautiful.
Favorite
I can't wait to read them. Send it to me. I'll share them, bro. You already know what it is, right?
Appreciate you, bro.
Once you get behind Devonta and Najee, who are the guys who start to like? I think everyone's sleeping on Kenneth Gainwell. Like, go watch this kid last year. Holy jeez, Trey Sermon I liked, and then he started playing better, and then he got hurt.
I like Trey Sermon a lot.
There's a lot of good running backs.
A lot of the running backs like that. Trey Sermon's good. The other guy from Oklahoma too, I get LeGarrette Blount vibes from Stevenson. Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love running backs like that. But see, that's where I get into the whole taking a running back early is dumb, because you could get a running back like Stevenson and then get a running back like James White in free agency, and you got your 1-2 punch and you're good to go. You got your first and second down guy, and then James White comes on the field every third down. It worked for the Patriots for how many years?
You should check when you have some time. He went to go back, but I'm a big Abraham Lucas fan. So he's a right tackle over at Washington with the Cougars. Go watch this kid, Max Borghi. Borghi. Bro, go watch him. I get like like Christian McCaffrey extra light vibes.
Hey, did
Extra
you shared a
extra
video
light.
of him the other day, right?
Borgie, no, I haven't shared anything of him.
Who'd you share a video of the other day? Was it you, a running back? Maybe it wasn't you.
Yeah, I don't think it was me because
It might have been him though.
He's this little white boy from Washington.
I don't know. Maybe it was him that I saw.
Check him out, bro. When the ball's in his hands, whoa.
I like that though.
Yeah, and you should
That's
see his
how I am.
strides. His strides are like short and quick, so he's freaking gone when he starts moving, bro.
One of the other guys I like, the kid from what is it? Is it North Texas? I think. Yeah, Darden.
Oh, I haven't watched him actually.
Watch him. Oh, dude, watch him. He's fun. That's one of my. I like the slot guys like him that can move all around. Watch him. He's good. He's
Have
late.
Have you watched Jared Patterson out of Buffalo?
Nope.
The running back. Go check him out. You'll have fun.
Is he the one that scored all the touchdowns this year?
Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun watching that tape.
Yeah, watch Darden though too. You'll like him. If you like Curtis Samuel, you'll like Darden. He's a playmaker.
I got to see this.
North Texas. I think it's North Texas. He is.
I got that, and I got tonight. I'm going to be watching that quarterback from Stanford.
I'm not a big quarterback guy when I don't have to be. So I'll be completely honest. I haven't watched any of the quarterbacks this year because there's no reason to.
Yeah, one of my scouting buddies told me like he has him as his QB5 ahead. Bro, my buddy is giving Mac Jones a 5th round grade, bro.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Now I haven't dove into Mac Jones, but I will say from the games I saw of Mac Jones, I don't know about that. I usually used to do the quarterback power rankings and the quarterback scouting, but I haven't scouted quarterbacks since the Eagles took Wentz. I pretty much stay pretty slow on the quarterbacks, but
he gave Trask a 4th to 5th too.
Oh, I think Trask is not good. I'll be completely honest. That was probably one of my most love-hate relationships in Florida Gator history. Like, I wanted him to win Heisman, but at the same time, I'm like, how the hell is this guy even in the Heisman discussion?
Yeah.
He's I don't see any special traits in him. I don't see how any NFL franchise. I see people saying he should be a 1st-round pick every now and then. Give me a break. That's crazy. Like, I don't see those traits. I don't at all.
And I think he get like, I think the thing was he looked at what Tua did with that offense and then Mac, and he's like, yo, it's not even close. And the kid from Stanford I'll be watching is David Mills. So I was told he's not like special, but there's a ton of potential there. So
I have a good thought. Some of my mocks I've been doing. Would you take Mac Jones if he's there in the 3rd or 4th round? I don't think he would be.
I'm not wasting capital. I'm a huge Jamie Newman fan from Wake Forest when he was at Wake Forest. I know he transferred to Georgia and didn't play, but I would take a guy like that at 6 or 7 and develop him. I'm not spending capital above the 5th on a backup.
You're not bringing Fitzmagic back, right?
No, I actually think he brought in Chan Gailey because the story goes, as you know, Flores asked him, hey, who can I help develop, right? Like, what coach can I bring? And then I posed the question in the offseason, name a quarterback Chan Gailey developed. Ryan Fitzpatrick had 23 NFL starts before he went under Chan Gailey. You can't name one, let alone I said to people, Chan Gailey's never won a playoff game. How all of a sudden is this going to change right now? You know what I mean? And I think he brought in – I think there was a snake in the grass. I think he was genuine with Tua, but I think he was putting his career first when he suggested Chan Gailey. I need that mentality out of my room. That's where I'm at with him.
Going into the whole back to the Eagles situation, you don't want that whole thing. I mean, I don't think the Dolphins fan base is as like dramatic as the Eagles fan base, but the drama is just not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't want to mentally screw over your quarterback.
Sorry, I just gotta say this. Dolphin 82. I have a 3rd round grade on Mac Jones. 3rd, 4th. I don't have a 5th. But the guy that's Dante Collinelli.
I gotta watch him now.
Dante's
do a scouting report.
Dante's a fucking superstar. Okay. He was the first one before Justin Reed, before anyone you want to name in the draft community on Zach Wilson.
I saw you said that the other day.
Okay, and he was fucking bang on. So I'm just gonna sit here and say that man knows what the hell he's talking about. I bow to his tape work, and I've said that publicly. So and also
you like
Zach
Zach Wilson?
I love him.
He can make any throw off. Hardcore film on him. I've watched like 2 or 3 games. He's pretty.
My only question is pressure and big games. But he can make any throw off any platform. My issue with Justin Fields, I don't like his release. And I don't think he gets enough zip on the ball for the next level, bro. He does not throw tight spirals.
Yeah, you know who does get enough zip on the ball? Trevor Lawrence is nasty.
Yeah. But I think Trevor Lawrence has serious mechanical issues that for some reason everyone's overlooking. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, bro. If you watch him, when the pressure starts coming, he starts dipping his body forward.
That
and
was
he gets
Paxton Lynch for me. I thought Paxton Lynch was terrible.
issues. Because I try to tell people, right? Head, when you watch the head, that's right to left on accuracy, right? When you talk about front arm tucked in, that usually affects high-low. So, he starts dipping his body and his arm forward, and he starts getting a high-low accuracy issues. I actually don't think he's as polished mechanically as Tua Tagovailoa was. I don't think his footwork's as good.
They went at it too, weren't they? At the quarterback camps together when they were kids too, right? Those two.
I don't think that. I think he was in the Fields one, Lawrence.
All right.
If I remember correct, at the Elite 11.
The Elite 11 was it? All right.
Yeah, which Tua was the 7-on-7 MVP, right?
Oh no, well that's where he became big. That's Dilfer, right? Yeah, Dilfer.
Yeah, and it was Fields and Lawrence won that one. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
And let me talk about this. I love the Charlie Fry hire.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest one all season for us. What are your thoughts on that?
I saw a big thing. Everyone said he's going to bring a lot of RPOs in.
I love it.
If you ask, I'm bringing up my wife again. She's going to die
baby.
laughing. My wife puts up with me being obsessed with football.
So does mine.
Mean, when we did our wedding, in our vows, I literally said to her, because I'm a diehard Carson Wentz fan. If you think Carson Wentz sucks, I will argue till the day.
No, I don't think he does at all.
My wife, when Wentz was struggling, she's a diehard Eagles fan. My wife was like, I'm done with Carson Wentz. And in my vows, I said, I need to ask you before we keep going, are you on or off the Wentz wagon? And she was on it. But that's how much my wife has to put up with football with me. I fucking love football. So RPOs are everything to me. That's where I game plan the most in high school. Football was RPOs. I could teach an RPO right now. I always make fun of people on Twitter whenever they argue with me or say something stupid to me. Tua was with Davis Mills. All right, thank you.
I think you mean David Mills, right? The guy I'm about to watch tonight.
There we go. When I argue with people on Twitter and they're telling me this and that, and I know they don't know shit, sometimes my favorite comeback is my 5-year-old could break down an RPO better than you because I can break down RPOs. RPOs are life to me. I do not understand why teams do not run more RPOs. Because one, it helps your quarterback out significantly. It helps your offense out significantly. And sometimes it's just you're stealing. It's literally stealing. All you need to do is have a smart quarterback you can trust that will make the defense wrong every play. And it's literally the easiest football to watch. That's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year. All they did, they were the number one RPO team. RPOs are the easiest plays in football, and they are so hard as the defense to defend. You have to decide if you're going to bring a safety down, and if you bring that safety down, you better watch that outside receiver then that's not coming on the quick slant on RPOs and stuff like that. RPOs are beautiful, and if that's what he's bringing to the offense, which I think is going to be perfect for Tua needs quick passes like that, I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome.
D82 asks, who's the best RPO running back coming out of college? I'm going to say Najee, but I'll let Jeremy.
RPO running back?
Yeah. And I think it's Najee because of the system he just came from.
Yeah, I'd probably go there too. I mean, RPO running back is kind of like a weird term, I guess. I feel like any running back could be good as an RPO running back. It's all. I mean, you just work mesh every day and then it'd be good. Like when we were in high school, we'd literally have a mesh period where we just did nonstop. I mean, RPO is just nonstop RPO. So I mean, yeah, Harris probably, but.
So what are your thoughts on the co-offensive coordinator thing? I love it. I think, Flores has set up a situation where there's competition in the room. I think you don't have a minute to slack. You look at what Godsey did with guys like, what's his face? Yates, Brandon Whedon, and a couple other jabronis in 2015. They had the top 15. They had the top. Yeah, well, let's be honest. They had top 15 passing attack. Literally, they were number 15. I think Stoodsville, from what I've gathered, talking to people, he's highly, highly respected in coaching circles. I think, he's the type of guy who could get a job if he was the coordinator straight out in a year or two. I think they've also extended the shelf life because usually coordinators are only 2 or 3 years, but adding this extra year has extended the shelf life. I like them continuing on because me and you talked about it. You can get a playbook with a lot of similarities, but the terminology and language is totally foreign. So I like that continuing. And here's another thing. And guys, if you watched ball game giving those clowns on TD Finns talk, not TD, but you know what I'm talking about, that Pete and Pedro guy, okay, giving them the work. Guys, I was texting ball game those facts. I was literally ghost writing for ball game, and this is the one I gave him. One of the ones I gave him. If people remember, and you got to go back, in 1985, the Rams went to the NFC Championship with co-offensive coordinators, guys. It took the 85 Bears to beat them. Put that in perspective. The 85 Bears are one of the greatest teams of all time. I think we can all agree with that. Up there with the 72 Dolphins, other teams, the Ray Lewis, Trent Dilfer, Ravens, those Bucks of the early 90s, early 2000s that won. I mean, it's proven before. You just got to look for it. I mean, and here's another thing. And I want you to lead off this, Jeremy. McVay and Shanahan run similar stuff. And look at it works. Everyone wants to copy their offenses.
Yeah, copycat league, as they say.
And I think for a guy who's as defensive minded as Brian Flores, he knows what he wants, and he knows what can be the defense like his. So I think he wants to install the more RPOs, more screens, because Tua is the basic foundation of a game is he's a quick rhythmic passer.
Yep.
Right?
Which is why Smith fits better than Chase. But yeah, keep going.
Exactly. So let's hear your thoughts on the whole situation.
I actually had a good tweet that went a little viral about it. I don't know why people were so angry about it because, one, I think the NFL is really adopting the whole run game, pass game coordinator, which essentially is co-offensive coordinators. When you're sitting in a room and you're game planning with coaches, obviously there's going to be one main voice in the room. That's going to be your offensive coordinator. So I'm interested to see the dynamic of who actually calls the plays. I don't think they're going to switch at halftime like they did in the Senior Bowl or anything like that. I mean, if they do that, to me, that's disastrous. I don't see any pro to that for your quarterback, for your team. You just can't get in a rhythm. But I don't see any con to having the co-offensive coordinators in the same room. You're all spitballing, and then the one person makes the final call. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have more minds, the run game coordinator, the pass game coordinator, there's nothing bad that comes out of it. When you game plan, we used to sit in a room and we'd say, all right, you have all the RPOs this week that you think will work against this defense. You have all the run plays you like to work this defense. We would all just sit by ourselves for hours. We'd go through, and then we'd sit down and we'd be like, okay, here's the RPOs we like. Here's the run plays we like. Here's the pass plays we like. I mean, that is as efficient as it could be. There's no wasted time, and you're putting that effort into the most important aspect of what you're told to do. Like, that means that the offense is stronger. I think people are getting caught up on the whole idea that, like, there's two offensive coordinators. Again, whoever's calling the plays is the offensive coordinator in my eyes, which we'll find out. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if they announced officially who's going to be calling plays. But once they announce who's calling plays, I don't care what their titles are. That's the offensive coordinator. But there's nothing wrong with having more voices to be dictated or be not dictated, the word I'm looking for, to be like assigned to do something. And then that part of the offense is going to be that much better because everyone's going to focus on what they need and you bring it all together. I love stuff like that. And that's Brian Flores trusting his coaching staff, which I really like because it goes on to the whole Xavier Howard thing. If your players are good, reward them. If your coaches are good, reward them. I mean, if you are a coach on that team, say you're an offensive quality control coach right now, wouldn't you be like pumped as hell to bust your ass to coach that much harder, to walk into those game plan rooms and be like, hell yeah, I could be a co-offensive coordinator. And it's not going to be, oh, we're picking you. It's going to be the best people will stay. So they thought both those guys were the best. And instead of picking one, they decided both of them will be there. But again, who's ever calls the plays, the offensive coordinator. Yeah. I'm interested to see how that works, but they gave them both probably nice raises and nice new titles. And one other thing that we don't really talk about, I like the idea of having the two in a sense. Hopefully the guy who calls plays doesn't leave. I hate and I feel horrible for rookie quarterbacks that come into the league. New offensive coordinator, especially when it's a defensive-minded head coach. I just think that really impacts development of a quarterback because it goes back to the whole rhythm and just even trusting what's going on. Like when you run the same offense for years and years and years, like Peyton Manning's probably the worst example because he made his own offense. But when you look at like the offensive coordinators they'd bring in, they'd keep the same concepts. Peyton Manning's offense is what they ran. And when you have that repetition, it's easy. So I like the two offensive coordinators. I hope they decide someone's calling plays. I hope it's not a disaster and they do one guy in the first half, second half, that'd be a disaster. But I don't think it's as annoying as people think it is. Like, I saw everyone wanted Ken Dorsey, which I love Ken Dorsey. It would have been cool. But, like, again, this just shows, in my opinion, that they want to build Tua up. And having these two guys to keep the offense the same and keep it going, I just think it's the best for the Miami Dolphins, and it's the best for Tua. And what's best for Tua is what's best for the Miami Dolphins. So I don't mind it whatsoever. I kind of like it, actually. I think more teams should do the run game, pass game coordinator. I don't know why they don't. I mean, it's definitely becoming a more like relevant thing in the NFL, but I love that. I don't. Did they announce that they're pass game, run game coordinators yet? Like their title?
No, they haven't even announced the co-coordinators officially, technically.
Yeah. So I think that when they do, I mean, I hope I'm not wrong, but if I'm wrong, you can come at me. I don't care. But I could almost guarantee it's going to be pass game coordinator, run game coordinator, and one of the guys will call plays. That's what I think they'll do.
I got literally 2 questions for you. So let's start off. Give me a couple of your day 3 sleepers in this draft that you think fit what the Dolphins need.
I mentioned Darden. I literally love his slot potential and just playmaker. I don't know if he'll make it day 3. I love receivers, so I'm sticking on the receivers here. But Rodgers from Clemson, I know he had the whole ACL thing. I think again he's another guy that he wins quick, and you want guys that are going to win quick, and I love his fit. So those are some sleepers I got.
And D82, Dwayne Eskridge will not get past day 2. He did too much at the Senior Bowl. I've heard back end of the first round chatter with him.
Really?
So, yeah, I don't think Dwayne Eskridge gets out of day 2.
Now, where would you play him? If the Dolphins drafted him, where would you want them to play him?
I'd probably use him in the slot primarily. He's got boundary potential, but I got some questions about it. People will hear my scouting report when I drop my big board, but I got some questions about if he can play the boundary. That's all. D82, he balled out. Like, there's some videos I think I showed them. If you go back to my Senior Bowl review, he smoked some corners, bro. That guy can stem and stack.
Wait. So is this Senior Bowl one-on-ones?
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this? I might hurt your feelings here, but I hate Senior Bowl one-on-ones.
I like the trench one-on-ones is what I like in the Senior Bowl.
Those are not bad to watch. But what you need to watch on one-on-ones, it's not about what the receivers are doing. One-on-ones at the Senior Bowl it's the guys. The
corners are shit.
Receivers should win every single time.
Yeah,
I agree. Literally every single time. If a receiver's not winning one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl, that's when you get concerned. I always see. The thing
though, he was blazing them. He wasn't just
for sure.
them.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah.
He's crafty though. Crafty people like that, when you can get open, you're good to go. But I always hate when people are like, what was I'm gonna forget his name. The kid from Liberty last year, Gandy Golden. Right?
Oh, yeah. Who went to Washington?
Holy shit. I mean, Eagles Twitter was like, look at him at the Senior Bowl.
He didn't even make my top 10, bro.
Dude,
come on.
I tried to explain to all of them, you're getting caught up on Senior Bowl one-on-one. Watch him again. Game speed. People are on him all the time. So
Senior Bowl, I look for trench play, and you're looking for small school guys. Like Quinn Menares was going up against he handled Patrick Jones on a one-on-one. And I have a very, very high grade on Patrick Jones. You know what I mean? I had a higher grade on Boogie Basham, who showed up even more. But you know what I mean? That's the type of stuff I look for. I look for more fundamental shit. You know what I mean?
That's what
I don't look for end result.
I
don't look for end result. I look for fundamentals, man. All right, and here's the last question, and this is a loaded one.
Oh God.
What would be your approach to free agency this year with this team?
Well, a lot of Dolphins fans know I'm pro signing Aaron Jones, but again, if that's not going to be your path, and we'll scrap that. We say let's decide we're not going to go running back.
What do you think about Leonard Fournette at about $8 million, $9 million?
Nah, no way. I wouldn't do it. I hope playoff Lenny stays in Tampa Bay.
Oh, I like that at $8 million, $9 million.
I feel like Tom Brady makes people better. I don't see Lenny coming to Miami and being as good as he was in Tampa Bay. I know a beat writer from Jacksonville, he said, and I quote, he is the worst athlete he has ever covered. And this is a guy that I trust a lot in. And he pretty much said like he's not a guy you want in your locker room, that he's going to fail in Tampa Bay. He actually said he's pretty surprised he succeeded in Tampa Bay, but I credit that to Tom Brady and the whole, I mean, that Tampa Bay locker room, look how fun they were. I mean, they, at the end of the year, even Arians, did you see what he said? He was like, he was letting guys have off and stuff, just like change the culture there. I think that was good for Lenny. I'd rather see him stay in Tampa Bay. I wouldn't pay him $8 million to come to Miami. I just don't think he has that, like, that extra gear that you look for. If you're counting on him, if you bring him in for a little less than $8 million, I like James White a lot. I'm a big James White guy. You need to pair him with someone who's going to catch a ball. Playoff Lenny can't catch a ball. He's just not. He's going to give you value on first and second down, maybe in the red zone, but I'm not a big fan.
And I gotta say, my partner, he's usually up here with me. He says 1,200 yards and 72 catches in 2019. So
for who?
For Lenny, he has. If you go back and look at him, anytime he's had over, I think it's either 235.
Wait,
or like
I thought you said receptions. I was like, what?
No, he had 72 receptions, is what he said
this year
in 2019.
Oh, I got you.
Because
yeah.
he only had
a lot of them were check downs.
Yeah, he only had 150 carries this year, right?
But anyway, you see him like run a flat route, like even this year, he probably had.
Oh yeah, I'm not out here saying he's like
a
great route runner, right? Like I think Aaron Jones is a way far better route runner. The guy catches go routes from Aaron Rodgers, for Christ's sake. Yeah. My thing though is if you go look at him, it's 235 or like 240. Anytime he's at over 235 or 240 carries, he's broken the 1,200 yard mark.
Yeah.
So to his credit, he can do.
He can run hard. He runs hard. I don't know. I'm not a.
Yeah, I get it, man. Hey, everyone's got their opinion, bro.
I'm not a fan of him in Miami, but what about Devonta David for you? What do you think about that whole nonsense about making the highest paid linebacker?
Oh, I love him in this defense, but I'm not making it at 31. Yeah, I get it. You're a 110 tackle guy, but I don't know when the dip's gonna happen. Now that you're getting into your like early 30s, I'm not gonna make you the highest paid linebacker.
That's pretty crazy. I think he's good.
You know who I want? Denzel Perryman, because I only got to pay him $5 million. He hits like a truck. He's stout in the run game. And, brother, he's got way better coverage skills and more athletic than a guy like Raekwon McMillan. So I don't want to hear that comp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I get you for $5 million, perfect, bro. And then my stud in this draft, one of my man crushes, is Nick Bolton.
Linebacker.
I see Zach Thomas with Ricky Williams dreads, bro. The guy plays angry. He shoots gaps quicker than a guy like Zavin Collins. He's better in coverage and more athletic. I love Nick Bolton. The only thing I think this coaching staff won't like is his size.
Yeah.
And I think Zavin Collins fits their prototype more than Nick
Bolton. I like
Surratt
better. I've watched some film on him.
I love Chaz Surratt,
I think if you're going to go linebacker that fits the Dolphins, I think he would like plug and play.
I love him, bro. Great. Athletic, great instincts.
He's only played linebacker for 2 years. Did you know that?
Quarterback transferred, and that's where I think his instincts come from. I love that kid, bro. Yeah. I think his ceiling is very, very high for me. Yep. So free agency. Who are the guys you would continue to look
One guy
at?
that I'm pretty into. I don't know if they'll make the splash, but Johnson from the Rams, the safety. I would like John Johnson. I like his game. You could probably get him a little cheaper, but I just feel like he'd be a good player. I think he even said farewell to LA already. I think he'd be. I love
the safety class.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. But see, I like adding. You need a couple safeties, in my opinion. I like having.
We got no depth if one of those guys.
Three safeties. You have 3 good safeties. You're sitting pretty on defense. Another guy I should have brought up Grant from UCF. That's one of my sleepers on.
Richie Grant. Yeah,
he might end up going a little earlier now because
I think so because Matt Rule came out after the Senior Bowl and said if you could have any guy from the Senior Bowl, it would be Richie Grant.
Really? Fuck yeah. See, I like when you watch his film. I actually watch his film.
Oh, he's fun.
Dude, he is fun to watch.
Buddy, have you watched my boy Adarius Washington?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and Trevon Moehrig?
Nope. From TCU, yeah. Yep.
Adarius Washington's from TCU as well. Buddy, I get Honey Badger vibes. Go watch him, bro.
I'm gonna have to watch that because Honey Badger is one of my all-time favorite players.
There's a lot of guys I like. I like Andre Cisco from Syracuse. I love Javon Holland because I've got tape on him on the boundary, in the slot, in the box, single high perch. I love Paris Ford from Pitt.
For some odd reason, the safety from Florida is not clicking in my head.
Nazruddin.
No, he's like he plays like that star
He's a
position.
box.
Florida, I forget his name for some odd reason. Entering the draft. He's got dreads. I can literally watch him. I picture him playing. It's just slipping my mind at this exact moment. I gotta get it now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Florida safety draft. I forget his name. Fucking A. I don't know how. Sean Davis, that's his name. That's a late round guy. You want to watch a guy that flies around and plays football. He definitely needs some coaching because he's kind of just a piss missile every play and wants to like hit you as hard as he can. But I would like him late and in the Dolphins defense to move around and play. He could come down and play like sub-package linebacker if he had to. He's a guy that I really like too. He flies around. Just another safety to throw.
Have you watched a name you should probably watch? Because I think Flores might draft this guy, and I've said it out there. Damar Hamlin from Pitt. Go watch him. He's at the Senior Bowl, and that boy Flores was glowing about him every time he talked. Him and Michael Carter, the other running back from UNC. He was glowing about. So, all right, man. We're at the hour and a half mark. Wow, that flew by.
Yeah, that did. Oh my god,
bro, that was awesome. We're definitely gonna have you come back on.
For sure.
Let's get to go ahead and start plugging your stuff, and I'm gonna put up your Twitter right here for everyone that they can go follow you on Twitter. Yeah. So go plug on PhinPhanatic what you have out and what you got coming.
Yeah, I got coming out tomorrow is a tight end piece that maybe the Dolphins should really think about taking a tight end kind of early. I think a lot of people have been looking past the idea. We've been talking offensive line, wide receivers, running back, quarterback even, and I think we're really forgetting that I'm a big fan, as I said in the show, 2 tight ends is huge, so that'll be out tomorrow. I'll have scouting reports all year. I love doing the scouting reports on the receivers just because I feel like, one, they cause a lot of traffic because people think they know receivers because they watch fucking highlight videos. But when you read scouting reports of receivers, focus on if they can separate. That's one of the main factors of receiver. But I'll have tons of those coming out. I'm going to do a Mac Jones one now because I got it. Because 5th round is like, I can't wait to see that. But I'll have tons of content. I'm not much of like a hot take artist in a sense. I don't really like that aspect of media. Like you might think maybe something's a hot take, but I'll probably everything I write, I truly believe. So I appreciate all the Dolphins fans that have been fun, except that one guy. The one he has like a one-on-one podcast. I don't know who that is.
Okay, I know.
That guy. I don't know who
he's my boy. He's my boy, so I can't really talk. I'm not gonna talk greasy, but yeah, he's just very in your face for people.
Yeah,
sometimes
he's not very nice to me. So maybe if he apologizes to me like a man, I'll accept him. But
he had a great interview with Omar Kelly, to his credit.
Yeah, he stopped replying to me. I said I'd donate $100 to a charity if he went live with me and broke down football plays to show that he doesn't understand football, and he ignored me. So that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that smoke with you after they watch this, bro.
I wouldn't be that mean, but yeah. So just follow me on Twitter at NuttyXProfessor. It's from like Nutty Professor the Klumps. If anyone didn't know, my last name's Klump. But
guys, it's on the screen and it's in the description below.
Yep. Just give me a follow. I love interacting with people. I mean, I got lucky enough. Reason I got connected. I don't even know how we got connected, but it was instant. Like fuck yeah. You
dropped that Watson article in one of the threads.
Yeah, and then
I gave you the over the internet high five for it.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Yep, and then we just kind of connected.
And then we started dunking on people, and I started dropping the Dwayne Wade, LeBron gift. It's just too perfect, bro.
We have some pretty similar personalities, and
man,
love football the same way. But yeah, so I appreciate you having me on, man. This was a lot of fun. This is my first interview in like 3 years. I'm glad to be back in the media.
Don't worry, we'll be doing some more, bro. Because what I do is I do panels for like I do round tables, like discussions, like Dudley Do Wrong. I bring Dante Collinelli. Ball Game will come up here. EM will come up here. I'll bring you now. I'm gonna make you a permanent fixture on those things if you're down, bro.
I'm down. 100%. This is a lot of fun, man. I love talking ball. Like anyone that wants to tweet at me, even if you want to DM me, anything. I love talking football. So
yes, sir.
I'm always open to talk ball.
So, guys, follow him on Twitter. It's right below. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. If you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Phinside. Of course, you become a Phinside, the NFL Patreon. We got a $2, $5, $10, $15, $20 level. I'll be dropping my big boards early there. And I'm going to be doing Patreon-only streams. That'll be private, so you guys can't watch it if you're not a Patreon. So check it out. And EM will be joining me. Maybe I'll bring like Jeremy on one so we can have you guys up and you can answer questions if you're a Patreon, et cetera, et cetera. That'll be the kind of theme with those things. So that stuff's about to start coming. All right, guys, patch5s.com. Use code FREEPATCHFINS for a free Miami Dolphins Silver 25th patch. And I will be bringing a 15 to 20% discount code for you guys very shortly. And, of course, grab official Finside the NFL merch, teespring.com/stores/Finside the NFL. Guys, I love and appreciate each of we still got over 200 people in the room. And, guys, it's Fins Up. All day, every day. A couple of my mods, I'll be dropping you guys a link if you want to come backstage if Jeremy's sticking around, and you guys can pick his brain a little bit if you'd like, because I know some of you guys want to, but that'll only be for a few mods and the homie Dolphin fan who already has the link himself. So check your DMs on Twitter. All right, guys, Fins Up. I will be back on Friday because tomorrow I'll be recording the finish line with Richmond and Ball Game. Friday I will be back with Chrissy Freud. And then Saturday, Valentine's Day special. I'm going to tell my story. I want to hear yours. The biggest heartbreaking moment you've had as a Miami Dolphins fan. That's going to be the theme. So it's up to you guys to come on and keep that show alive. All right, guys? So let's see you Friday and Saturday. Until then, Fins Up all day, every day. Thank you for joining us tonight. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, people.